Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. I am your host, F.lapinski. Today, I'm excited to be bringing you Ground Branch versus Phantoms in this Season 10, Week 7 matchup. As always, the VR Master League is brought to you by the good folks over at VR Cover, ProTube, Rebuff Reality, Fixit Gaming, Arma, VRware, Cybershoes, Bhaptics, as well as you, the viewer. Let's jump right into the picks and bans from these two teams. For Ground Branch, they are banning, seems to be the Downfall. And for Phantoms, they are going to be banning Bazaar. Both of which I think are these two teams' weaker maps, and that's why they are banning them. Usually we'll either see the teams to pick their worst map or the other team's best map, even though they may play pretty decent on it. Usually they have their own reasons, but for the first map, Ground Branch is going to have the first pick as they are home team. They did pick Cargo, it seems like, and picking Cargo is definitely the smart choice. It is one of their better maps that they play, and I think for their third map they may pick Subway, because it is a map that they're strong at, and if they kind of dug up a little research, they might have a better chance against Phantoms. If not, then they will pick probably Suburbia. Both teams play very strong on it. That one will be a really close match, but for Phantoms, they might pick Suburbia on map 2 anyways, so since it is their best map. And if they kind of want to bring it to more of a larger scale, they may pick Quarantine, as Downfall is banned at the moment, usually just to get, you know, the other team, Ground Branch, out of their comfort zone in that scenario. But Ground Branch being a newer team compared to Phantoms have been around for a couple seasons now. Ground Branch is going to have a little bit of the advantage in my opinion. You know, they get a lot more opportunity to really study Phantoms compared to Phantoms studying Ground Branch. But at the same time, Ground Branch is newer. Phantoms have the advantage in overall experience and play time, so it is going to be a little tricky to kind of find out who might overall have the better advantage. This for Cargo, it's a very close range map. It's going to be very tight angles. It's going to be hard to find out who may come on top, because there's a lot of times where people will go 3-0 and then all of a sudden they find the other team finds that pattern, and they'll use it to their advantage, and then they'll just start to kind of play anti-aggressive, or they play, you know, aggressive, passive, go for flanks, all that. And you usually find it within, you know, the first 2 rounds of a map like this. But it does sound like we might be hopping in right into the first round here, round 1. Everyone is loaded in for Phantoms as well as Ground Branch. Phantom starting off on Volk for this northern objective, one that I believe, in my opinion, is one of the easiest to cap, as all you have to do is just get into that red container, and it's GG right there. You get 2 points. Already getting some pre-fire coming out. We got a pretty strong push coming in from Ollie, going to that middle building. I think he might be trying to see if anyone's in that yellow room or at those barrels, as those are common spots to really watch down lanes. Prey is over at those barrels, as a matter of fact, but he doesn't seem to be peeking, which is the smart move. You really want to just watch this angle, look for crosses, and not get a little bit too bloodthirsty. And Legend had a great nade onto Oscar. Wow. Just instantly taking him out, not even going down. Sat Brannigan does get the frag onto Melted T. Will Sayonara be ready? He does a flash. I think he got Brannigan as he's just running out in that open. Ollie sees him and takes him out for the refrag. Down to a 4v3. Ground Branch with the lead of the team members. Grenades coming out, not picking off anybody from Argentino's grenade. Jordan, as he likes to be called, really pushing up that center, going for those flashes. Argentino does take out Sayonara. Down to a 3v3, but Prey sees those flashes being thrown and gets the refrag, and Phantoms get the win after taking out Ollie and Legend. Wow, that was a lot faster than I was prepared for. Phantoms get that first point right there, and I think that Phantoms did a great job. They held their angles, especially Prey. Prey was in a very powerful position. All he had to do was stay there, watch those angles, make sure that no one came across from him, preventing any caps from going out. And the rest of his team pretty much just ran around, re-rotated, and got some picks off. We did see a great nade coming out from Legend that did take out one of their players. I believe it was Oscar, in lane 4, or the right side of the map, as you'd like to call it, east side. Wonderful nade. It's just, I feel like when Ground Branch really got to that center of the map, they should have played a little bit more aggressive, start pushing down lanes and pushing corners, pre-firing. Might have helped their case a little bit. They didn't really check where Prey was too well, and that hurt them a lot right there. Prey did get 2 people out, but Phantoms just had such a great defense. It's really hard to compete with that. If Phantoms keep it up, they might find themselves winning almost every Volk round. But I think Ground Branch is going to be a little more prepared. I think they've learned that they've got to use more flashes, use more nades, and some common angles, because they're going to expect Phantoms to dig deep and really hold down those sight lines to prevent anyone from crossing. Something that I believe Ground Branch is used to. They've been doing a lot of scrimmages. I've cast them many times, and they can usually pick up pretty quick. But let's see how quick they can pick it up in this first map against Phantoms. Here we are, jumping into round 2. Phantoms discussing what they're going to be doing on this next round. I'm sure so is Ground Branch. Sayonara looks like he might be going ready for a... nope, he's just going to duck down. He was sprinting. I thought he was going to push. Instead, Jordan is... oh, but Prey got a really good pre-fire on Legend. Going for, looks like that yellow room right there. Shut down that cross. Prey pushed up pretty quick as well into that into the right side of that map. What Prey did is he knew he got the guy crossing, and he used that opportunity to really take advantage, move really quick into the next position, going for that cross, as it's usually dangerous if someone watches it. Prey's pushing up nice and slow, but Ground Branch is really holding down in these back 3 corners. Jordan went for the rotate back to the objective, as Oscar did take him out. Sayonara in a very sneaky spot. He might be able to take out 2 here if he waits for the right moment. Shots are coming out onto Prey, but a grenade might get Sayonara right here, and it does. Wow, Melted T does take out Taquito. He takes out Sat Brannigan. Oh, but if his hand sticks out too much, Oscar might actually get a pick off of him. He throws a flashbang, and he does flash him. Oscar knows he flashed him, and he's going for that push. Prey shoots Melted T through the wall. Ollie takes out Oscar, but Argentino takes out Ollie, and Phantoms get the second point. They played very fast, very aggressive on that one. As soon as they got those first 2 picks, they just started pushing in and using those flashing grenades. They were really quick on that. Argentino just taking out 4 players, as well as Prey, really taking out the enemy team and carrying right there, giving them another point. Ground Branch, they had some good angles, but as soon as they were down to those last 3, it was that nade that took out Sayonara, and then it was just down to Melted T and Ollie, making it a very difficult job to defend that objective. It was those early pre-fires that really tore down Ground Branch. Great job from Phantoms. Ground Branch has to... I feel like if Ground Branch just plays a little bit more aggressive on the defense, they might do a good job against Phantoms, because sometimes aggression against aggression kind of gets you some trades, make it a little bit easier towards later in the game when it's just a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. But for defense against Phantoms, you're just gonna have to play, you have to pre-fire, use those flashes, those grenades, and really take out those corners, because they will hold down those angles and they will not peek unless they have to. So it's gonna be very tricky. Phantoms, knowing this map, as they have played it a little bit more than Ground Branch has, might be the advantage that they are looking for. Hopping in to round number 3. We have a different objective now. We're going to be over here at this propane tank, as I'd like to call it. This one can be tricky with smokes. It can be very dangerous, but I feel like they're not gonna be using smokes this game, as it is currently banned, as agreement to both teams. But Prey taking out Legend again. Oh man, I feel bad for Prey, or for Legend. Look at Sat Brannigan in a really good spot right here, but Jordan catches Sat right as he turns his head away, giving Sayonara the green light to move up again. Jordan getting really low, checking underneath that door, and takes out Oscar. Wow. Down to a 4v3, leaving it all up to Prey, Taquito, and Argentino. All the way in the back corner. Very, very tough spot to really get back to the objective, but he does take out Melted T. I feel like Ollie and Sayonara might go for him. Sayonara definitely hears him, throws the flash, does not get him though. Not sure if he's aware of exactly what room he's in, as he is a little exposed. Prey goes for that rotation to try and take him out, misses his shots. I think he hears Argentino now, but Argentino's not going to move. Oh, but as soon as I say that, he moves and takes out Sayonara, leaving it all up to Ollie right now. After he takes out Jordan, Ollie takes out Argentino down to a 1v2. Prey does hear him, but I don't think the kill count is accurate. Taquito's just going for that flank at the moment. If Ollie's quick enough, he might be able to take out Prey and get that code in, with Taquito away from the objective. Pretty sure Prey knows where he's gonna be coming from. He's watching that angle. He's not taking his eyes off of it. Why is it every time I say they're not gonna look away, they look away? I swear. If Ollie's quiet enough, he could mask his footsteps, but I think he might hear Taquito on that flank. Oh, and he gets Ollie. Phantoms with 3 points in the first 3 rounds of the first map. Ground Branch are not making it easy. They are making it down to the last wire. They are putting in all their effort, getting these kills. Their kill is spread out across their entire team with 3 and 2 points. Really, it's just taking out Prey and Argentino. They're doing a lot of damage on their team right now. Not saying that the other 3 members aren't doing anything. They're holding their positions. They're doing their job, making sure that objective does not get exposed and get capped on, which is exactly what you need to do. You're playing the objective. You're not playing to kill the other team. You really just gotta, if you're on Volk, just focus all your attention on that objective. If it means you die, then you die, because you do not want to give the other team the advantage with those 2 points. I mean, in some scenarios, it's okay to leave the objective open if you know there's 1 player left. You can push them, you can kill them. If you don't kill them, they kill you. Boom, you already lose. That's usually when it's okay to leave that objective open. But sometimes you just gotta say, hey, I'm gonna run out, stand on this objective, and let them shoot me. I mean, it's sometimes better for your team. You gotta know when the moment is right, and that's what a lot of experience will teach you in Onward. A lot of this game is hand-eye coordination, reflexes, strategies, and then just map knowledge and game coordination. You just got to know, and a lot of those only come with experience. So, and we are jumping in to round 4.
I'm just gonna try to run.
Like I suggested, Ground Branch might have a better chance on this one if they play a little bit more aggressive, with 2, possibly 3 members pushing up that center. Does Prey pick off another one? Melted T is waiting to cross after all that pre-fire is over. Sayonara is pushing up a little bit, all using the cracks in that door to kind of make his way around. He does flash Brannigan. I think Sayonara notices that, and we do get a trade coming out from Taquito and Ollie, down to a 4v4. Sayonara right at this door. If his barrel peeks out too much, Sat Brannigan might be able to spot it and be ready for a pre-fire on that door angle. But I don't think he does. Oh, and Sayonara does take out Brannigan with that peeker's advantage. And he does take out Argentino with the trade. Sayonara is revivable, but now it's a 3v2. Oscar going for that rotation to finish off Sayonara. No, he doesn't actually. Well, now he will as he gets called out. Last three members on Ground Branch are all in some pretty good positions. Melted T on the objective over there. Make sure no one's going to cap it unless he goes down. Legend in this building as well as Junior. Or Jordan. I keep calling him Junior. He wants to be called Jordan. I'm sorry, Jordan. Junior watching down that angle for tunnel, and Legend watching down this path right here to make sure no one can cross into that back alley, making it a little bit more easier for Melted T to stay alive. Here we have Oscar kind of salvaging his dead teammates as well as the enemies, picking off anything he might be able to use later on in the game, whether that's extra ammo with drum mags, extra syringes, flashbangs, grenades, anything. And hey, look at that. You got a little 5.7 there, man. You want that 5.7? Extra damage. Better than the Makarov. Both members on Phantoms are playing pretty slow. They're not actually moving up too far. I think they're just playing for picks. Did Oscar just shoot down Prey's drone? Did he have a drone? Who had a drone? I don't know. I just heard a drone die. But they only have 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Still plenty of time to really move around, but if they want to take their time, they're gonna have to really pick it up a little bit more and get closer to that objective, or else they're gonna run out of time eventually, and they're gonna have to push into enemy territory with their hands behind their backs. And 2 minutes remaining. JR really watching this angle. I'm not sure if he's actually able to see underneath that door. He actually might be able to if he gets low enough, and I think he is. I think he's getting a little low. Let's check to see if he sees any footsteps. If he sees any feet, he might just really make the call out, not so much take the shot, as it's going to be pretty hard to really down somebody from such a far distance, only shooting their toes. It'd give away your position as well as give them a chance to rotate and not go that way. If I was him, I would wait till he got closer. Flashbangs go out. Does not pick anybody off. Prey does get Legend though. Down to 2v2 with a minute and 15 remaining. Another flashbang comes out. I think it was a little short to get Melted T though. Oscar right behind that blue container. Oh, and shots almost take out Melted T from Prey. Oh, but Jordan takes out Prey all up to Oscar with 50 seconds remaining. Melted T worried that he might be on that objective capping. He's gonna have to check that angle, and he's not capping, which is good for Melted T. He has a little bit more time to breathe. But Oscar running out of time with only 40 seconds and 2 members of Ground Branch still remaining. What will he do? He's got the ammo. He's got a drum mag. He has plenty of shots to take. But but Melted T takes out Oscar, and Ground Branch get their first point on map 1. Hear the pains. Hear the pain. Well done from Ground Branch. That was a much better defense. They had those 2 push up that center, and taking out 2 members of the Phantoms really made it more difficult for them to really play aggressive with only 2 members. They were able to take off a couple more off of Ground Branch, but it just wasn't enough to really succeed that in getting that point. Well done from Ground Branch, really listening to me in the afterlife, I guess. Just kidding. They can't hear me at all, in case you guys were wondering. As a spectator, all I can do is fly around. I can hear them. They can't hear me. I'm not giving any information, and this is on a delay, keep in mind, so anything I do say they won't find out until the next map. But Phantoms holding strong with 3 points. Ground Branch holding strong with 1. If Ground Branch keep up the aggression that they're doing, they might be able to bring back this game and at least give themselves some more points towards their MMR. But they may even be able to bring a comeback, a 3-0 comeback like I was mentioning earlier, and give them this first map win. They're really gonna have to put in a lot of effort, and every member on their team is gonna have to really work hard for it, because getting 3 continuous points is not easy at all, especially with a team that is very experienced in Onward. But Ground Branch have been putting in a lot of work. They're one of the rookie teams that are really going up in those rankings. They're putting in countless amount of scrimmages, countless amount of game time, and they're really not going to let anyone pass them if they can help it. But Phantoms being in the game for so long, it's really a neck and neck skill level in my opinion. Jumping into round number 5. Prey doing some pre-fires, and Ground Branch actually pushing up quite a bit, especially Jordan. Oh, but Taquito does pick him off as Jordan was not prepared with the pre-fire around that corner. Sayonara might be taking down this tunnel route for a flank. Ollie and Legend moving up to these halfway marks in the map inside these buildings. Grenade taking out Melted T, as well as a grenade taking out Oscar all the way in that spawn. As Taquito said, Granada. And Taquito does finish off Melted T. Oh, but Legend does trade with Sat Brannigan, and Taquito trades with Ollie. Down to a 1v3, possibly 4 in a second. And 4, 1v4. All up to Sayonara to revive his fellow teammate Legend and get the clutch against 4 players. Toss is, I think, a grenade just short. Same with Argentinos. Oh, but Taquito comes around that corner and shoots Sayonara, giving Phantoms their 4th point on map 1. And there's map 1. Well done from Phantoms. Ground Branch putting in the work, putting in the effort, just short of a victory on map 1. Now it's time for map 2. I think we might be seeing either, I'm gonna say Suburbia or Quarantine. Those are my 2 guesses. I still don't know. We will find out in a minute. Reasons why: Phantoms are really good at Suburbia according to their statistics, and Quarantine is a larger scaled map. As you can see, Ground Branch did ban Downfall, a larger map, so giving a hint towards maybe they are better at the close quarter combat maps. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Quarantine or Suburbia as being map 2. It is Phantom 6. Now they could decide to start as a Volk for the first round. If that's the case, then Ground Branch gets the first pip, and it's Suburbia. Hey, at least I guessed right. I said it was either this or Quarantine. I guessed right, guys. I guessed right. Suburbia is map number 2. This one is a little similar to Cargo in the sense it's being close quarters, but this one I feel like has more area for flanks. So if there's a team that is fond of going for flanks, like I did see Phantoms and Taquito going for those flanks on one of those rounds, if he is up for it, he does have a lot more real estate to really go for a flank, as this is a larger map than Cargo. I would say it's probably 3 times the size. Cargo's a small map, but It is very similar in the sense that they do have lanes still. There's still 4 different lanes. So if you had to watch a certain objective, there's only 4 different ways they could come from. And you do have 5 players. So if math is correct, you could have 4 of your players all watching one lane, and then 1 being someone who could flank, who could push, stay back as an extra added defense, or any of those. And let's not forget, one guy can watch more than one lane. He could be watching 2 lanes or 3. And even if you have 1 guy left, he could be watching all 4 lanes. So really, some Volk spawns have more advantage than Marsoc in this sense, as Marsoc has to go down a specific lane that one person can't all watch. On Cargo, there are lanes, but there were also some obstacles in the way that did make it a little bit difficult for one person to watch all those angles. We did see on the first round, Prey was behind those barrels, making it very easy for him to watch an entire cross that they had to make to the objective. But on the downside is that one simple grenade or even a flashbang could take out that position. He gets flashed, someone pushes him, pre-fires, he's dead. He gets grenaded, he goes down, and he can't be revived because he's in a position where you have to run in the open to revive him. So in that sense, I feel like it's easier on defense for this map to watch these angles because you have more real estate, more stuff to hide behind, and it's a little bit harder to guess where someone might be. But at the same time, it's easier for a flank. As one person goes down in a lane, you may not have enough time to react to cover that lane before someone could go for a cross and go for a flank and potentially take out most of your team and go for a cap. So it's risky. This map is probably one of the most played maps in the higher played ranked teams, like higher divisions. This and Bazaar, they are one of the more strategy reliant maps. That and Downfall, but Downfall doesn't get played as much for reasons I can't too much comprehend. I have to assume it's probably just constantly getting sniped in the open or not being able to see everyone through the windows so far away. But you have to see Downfall as that kind of map, and a map that you may be having that advantage on. So if someone doesn't ban it, you pick that, and there you go. Now you have your strong suit of sniping and all that. But we're playing Suburbia today, so I think we are still waiting on one person from both teams. If you are new to Onward and you are interested in learning a little bit about the game, Onward right now is a uplink objective that we are playing. Basically, there is a satellite in the map that's one of a couple locations. To win on Volk, you have to defend that satellite for 6 minutes, and by defending it, that could be one of 2 things: killing everybody on the team, or preventing them from sending a code within 6 minutes. And that code is one of the objectives the Marsoc has. They have to send a 7-digit randomized code, one that changes every round, and they have to go within 5 feet of the uplink and type that 7-digit code by memory. They can't look at the code and type it, and send it before anyone on Volk kills you. If everyone on Volk dies, then you win and you only get 1 point. If you send the code, you get 2 points, but there has to be at least one person alive on the Volk team, the defending team. So seeing a cap or capture, or sending the code, you would call it, before seeing a cap, it's a little bit more difficult, and that's why you don't see it as often. Usually you'll see both teams eliminate each other before the timer goes out. But in other words, I believe we might be jumping in to the first round of map 2. Starting off, we're gonna have Ground Branch on the defense, and we do have a sub coming in for Phantoms, PHT Nuclear, also the team captain.
Anybody else gonna watch our play? Good to see you.
Sounds like Ollie's gonna be the sole Soul Man watching that uplink as the rest of the ground branch is going to be moving down lane 4. Argentino, Prey, and Taquito are all watching down lane 3, preventing really any pushes from coming out. They're playing back in reserve. They're using up a lot of ammo. I'm pretty sure they brought a drum magazine so that they could all share the ammo and lay down a lot of fire. I've never really seen this before, where the objective is on the other side of where they're at, and they've got 3 members all stacked up over here in lane 4. There is a little drone that they brought out that was taken out by one of their members. I believe it was either Jordan or Melted T. The drone is used to spot out any players on the Volk, but it is also very loud, so it can't be shot down. Sayonara and Nuclear almost crossing paths right here. We might be able to see it in just a second. Ollie is making a little bit of noise, and Nuclear isn't going to spot anybody else on that objective. The only person he's going to see first is possibly Sayonara. Argentino is throwing a flashbang. I'm not sure if that got him. It was a little bit behind him. There's a chance it did get Sayonara, which it doesn't. He does find Nuclear, and he's looking for Argentino. Argentino does cross and pick off Sayonara right as he goes for that reload. So we did get a trade, essentially. Ground Branch and Phantoms, both with 4 players remaining. 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Melted T in a very interesting position, almost in the open. Really just, he's that guy watching that, listening for that flank coming around from lane 4, as well as Legend. Jordan did rotate back towards the objective to give Ollie a little bit of extra help here. Jordan loves to get really low. I've noticed that. He doesn't like to crouch too much. I think he might be playing on a quest and utilizing that free range of motion without a cord. More flashbangs coming out from Phantoms. Melted T does find Prey through the leaves. Oh, and Legend does get Taquito with the trade as well, but Argentino is on objective and trades with Ollie. Jordan all up against Brannigan, and he does take him out. Ground Branch do get the first point on map 2. That's interesting. That's interesting to me, because Ground Branch did lose their first map pick. They picked Cargo and they lost, but Phantoms picked Suburbia, and Ground Branch already gets the first point. It'd be interesting if Ground Branch does win map 2 and both teams lose their map pick. So far it's leaning towards that, but it's so early. It's only been the first round. It's really hard to say, but Ground Branch had a pretty unique defense. They had one person on the objective, 1 pushed up in the center, and then 3 on the other side of the map, all watching for the flank, and it worked. They held it down pretty good. They had good rotations, good picks, and it worked. Phantoms had a lot of trades, but when it was down to that 1v1, it was really leaning towards that Volk member, as the last person was pretty much in that open, making it a little bit easier for the Volk member to spot him out and take him out before the Marsoc could really spot out the Volk. It's a little bit harder on Marsoc to find a Volk player when they're on defense on this map, compared to vice versa. When you're on Volk, you pretty much have a sense of where they could come from. When you're on Marsoc, you do have an idea of where they might be at, but that could be 20 something different spots. When you're on Volk, you're like, okay, they could be here, 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 or here. 5 different spots usually, or maybe 6 or 7. That still doesn't compare to the 20 different spots a Marsoc has to check before he knows it's probably clear there. So I would argue that being on Marsoc is more difficult than being on Volk. especially since you are on a time restraint as well. But Marsoc does have the advantage of getting a 2-point win instead of a 1-point. So sometimes it's nice to be on Marsoc compared to Volk, and that's why, well, it would be better generally to be on Volk, and that's why there's an option to choose to be on Volk first instead of even picking the map, because you want the guaranteed first point. Then you get 2 points on Marsoc the next round, so now you're at 3, and then all you have to do is defend one more round, which is easier than being on offense, and then you win. So that's my analysis. But enough of that, let's go into round 2. Same objective to defend, except Phantoms are defending it this time. I wonder if Ground Branch is going to play a little bit quicker than Phantoms did. They played a little bit slower on offense. They all are already moving up pretty farther than Phantoms did, I believe. Especially Jordan. Jordan's moving up real far, all the way over here. Taquito just laying down pre-fire down those bushes just in case someone might be there. And a grenade not going anywhere where Prey was expecting, just right next to him. But take a look at this defense from Volk. We have 4 members all behind the northern street in those backyards, and we have 1 member at this front porch of the center house. In my opinion, I believe that being across the street in the north is easier to pick off than it is in the porches. But as we just noticed, Sayonara, or not Sayonara, who was that? Ollie. No, not Ollie. Oh, I can't remember. Someone got taken out by Sat Brannigan as I was talking. So Melted Tea, that's who it was. Melted Tea got taken out. Sayonara is in a position that if he stood up, he might be able to spot out Sat Brannigan or Nuclear, but he's in the open right now. Surprised he didn't see Argentino, but Argentino does spot Sayonara, and Jordan does get the refrag on Argentino in the head. Nice little headshot. Ollie crossing over to this Humvee. Nuclear does finish off Sayonara. Down to a 3v4. Taquito and Sayonara right across from each other in the open. Taquito spots out Ollie. Why did I say Sayonara? Sayonara is dead. Ollie. These names are hard to remember, guys. Jordan in the same position that Sayonara went down in. Checking that white car, but does not spot anybody. Oh, I think Sat Brannigan might have just spotted him out as his lasers are coming right across from him, and it does. All up to Legend now. 1 versus 4. 1 versus many. Can he do it? Taquito spots out Legend and takes him out. The pain. The pain. Well done from Phantoms, holding down a really strong defense. Getting every single pick, only losing 1 member. Wow. Well done. The next objective is a very difficult objective to attack. If done correctly, it could lead to a cap. This is the center house objective, and in the past it's known to be an objective where there's always somebody upstairs, and to get upstairs you have to take out almost everyone around the house, or else you get shot going up the stairs. And once you're up the stairs, then you have 2 more guys to worry about who are just watching those stairs, because that's all they have to do is watch those stairs. But if those members are taken out upstairs and there's still one person, just one person outside of that house, a cap will almost guarantee come out. So we have seen plays where people have a shield and a grenade strapped to themselves. They run upstairs, they suicide and blow everybody else upstairs, and then 2 members with LMGs run up behind them and just lay down pre-firing around corners to guarantee that there's no one else up there, disregarding anyone else on the entire map, whether they're outside, downstairs, whatever, and then they bring out that tablet and type the code in 3 seconds. We've seen it before, but it's so risky that we will probably never see it again. What I'm expecting to see here from Ground Branch is 2 members upstairs, 1 member in the spawn house yard, and 1 more person around the sides of the house, possibly, whether it's carport near the burning house, maybe lane 1, maybe the APC, maybe the tank. That's my estimate, because those are usually strong positions to hold. Phantoms are probably going to circle around the house. They're going to try and pick off anybody who's not inside, and then coordinate with flashes and grenades to go upstairs and eliminate the last couple guys. It just sounds perfect both ways, but there's always a flaw somewhere on one team. So, and when there isn't, it's a trade. It's just a trade fest usually. So I'm interested in seeing how this one unfolds. This one, in my opinion, is one of the more fun ones to cast on this map, this objective, because anything could happen. Anything really could happen. But grenades through the windows, stuff like that, it's always cool. And round 3, here we go. Looks like we got flashlights on pistols here. Looks like they might be planning to put these flashlights on the staircase to blind anyone who attempts to go up those stairs. Something that is really big brain, in my opinion, using your head. Oh yeah. Putting a flashlight there. Both of them there.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. I don't see it. There you go. This one. Oh, okay. I would, in my opinion, I would put one right here, so that way they try and shoot over here, you're dead. Unless you stack a guy right here. I mean, you have to put someone in that corner, or else those flashlights might not be very effective. Meanwhile, we have Nuclear already over in lane 4. Taquito on this slide. Legend just getting flashed like crazy. But he does take out Argentino right as soon as that flash wore off. And they get the trade. Down to a 4v4. Grenades coming out. Raining down, but does not pick off Sayonara, as it just missed. Wow. That grenade, I think, landed like right here. Wow, Taquito really getting close to that objective. Completely disregarding Jordan all the way in the back over here. If he was upstairs, I don't think Taquito would be alive right now. But Taquito doing his barrel rolls, I guess. Playing some Twister on his way inside this middle house, as he can be prepared for Melted T. They're gonna be at the same height level, that's for sure. Both prone. Melted T being protected by Dante here. But I think Melted T might spot out Taquito's barrel first, and he does. Taquito's down. Oscar, Brannigan, and Nuclear, the last 3 remaining on Phantoms, against 4 members of Ground Branch. Flashbangs coming out towards the spawn house, and a grenade as well. Really great throw, but does not pick off Jordan. Jordan actually might be able to pick off Oscar if he might. Does he spot him? He doesn't. Oscar doesn't spot him either. Come on, man. He's right there. He's right there. But Melted T, on the other hand, look to your left, buddy. And Oscar does take him out. Unfortunate, but Phantoms are just picking off Ground Branch one by one, doing a great job, leaving it all up to Ollie and Sayonara at the objective right now. If they're able to pick off Ollie and Sayonara, there might be a cap we might see here. Sayonara coming around this this fence right here, might be on a great position to flank, but he falls back and he gives up last second. Jordan peeking right here. Is he gonna spot out? He does get nuclear, but Brannigan does get Jordan. Oh, Sayonara takes out Brannigan, almost taking out Oscar on the double, and he does. Ground Branch get the second point on map 2. Ollie almost killing Sayonara. Wow, that one was close. We saw some pretty good shots and a lot of missed calls there as well. I mean, a lot of times where someone had the angle but never even took it, but it all ended up in Ground Branch taking the point. Whoa. I got myself my my sports drink for this very intense sports match. Feel hydrated. That's not the motto. I don't even think this one has a motto. Yeah. It's good. It's real good. Sponsor me. But I can't say their name. But just sponsor me. Any sports drink, sponsor me. Come on. We're seeing some really good kill spread coming out from Ground Branch. 3, 3, 2, and 2. A little bit almost the same on Phantoms with a 4, 3, 3, 1, 1. With, you know, making it that Ground Branch is more of a team asset here, really playing as a team. But who knows? Phantoms could just not be using their full power yet, saving it. Jumping into round number 4, pre-fire coming out from Jordan. Not picking off nuclear though. I think it's hitting those sandbags, which it is. Little Sayonara and Melted T pushing up really quick in this front house. Melted T does take out Taquito, but Taquito to take out Melted T in a trade. I was confused because I didn't see Taquito at all. Sayonara getting ready to throw what looks like a flashbang, and it is. Flashes Oscar, and with a great flash, he takes out Oscar. Wow. I think Sayonara's laughing. Wrong place, wrong time. And I think a member of Phantoms just dropped inside this house. Oh, brother. Where were they? Were they behind the house? I don't even know. But they did drop. Unfortunate. Unfortunate events happening here. If Ground Branch does take out Argentino, this might be a cap. Brannigan's way too far from the objective. Sayonara is even on the outside of this house. But Brannigan might peek right here, and he might get out Sayonara. Does he see him? He doesn't see him. Wow. Grenade comes out. Oh, and he gets him. All up to Sat Brannigan. Jordan goes down. What a great nade. Giving Brannigan enough time to rotate and protect that objective. Does not confirm Jordan. Jordan has enough time to really give a call out saying where the last member of Phantoms are. All up to Legend and Ollie. Not aware of the kill count. That one member did drop. I believe it was Nuclear who dropped. Ollie and Legend playing slow. They have plenty of time, 2 minutes 30 seconds. They want to make sure that the last person is in the house. Jordan possibly just clicking his radio to signify that there is a person on him, but not talking to make sure that he doesn't get confirmed. Bless you, Ollie. I think you just sneezed. Sat Brannigan is in a really good position to really take out these last two defenders, but he has to make sure that he gets the pre-fire first, or else Ground Branch will possibly take out Brannigan in a trade and maybe even have one member still left up standing and get that round win. Minute 30 remaining. Very slow at the moment. You gotta do something, Ground Branch, or else you're gonna run out of time. Legend going for a long rotation. Ollie just about to cut right through the whole field. Nope, he's also going for a rotation with a minute left. Sad Brannigan just sitting here, really holding this angle. Not a great angle. There's a lot of opportunity for someone to come around this corner and boom, pre-fire. Ollie at the middle house might be that person. If a trade comes out, this will be Ground Branch's win. Oh, a perfect flashbang gets Brannigan, I think. But Brannigan's holding his ground. I don't know if it got him. It was right in his field of view. But was it too low? Oh, I think Ollie sees his knee. Those thin floors, and he gets Brannigan.
Nice. Great.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for the ground, but I didn't want to shoot into the...
What a respectful player Ollie is. That's very respectful. But also very unfortunate for Brannigan when your knee literally, you're crouching, you're doing everything you should be, and the floors just happen to be that thin that your knee appears right through it. I believe this might be fixed eventually, but very unfortunate. And very respectful from Ollie. I applaud that. Hopefully we get another person back from Phantoms and they might be able to make a comeback here. The score is looking a lot like the first map. Ground Branch with 3, Phantoms with 1. They could get Prey or they could get Nuclear back in. We will find out. But whoa. For the last possible objective, or last objective possibly, we have this northeastern ready car. This one, once again, is a very tough objective to attack. As I mentioned earlier, this map, there are specific lanes that they could come down, and there are a lot more spots to defend. And we've already seen both Volk teams defend almost perfectly on the objectives in the north. Ground Branch being on the defense now on this objective may have the advantage here. Phantoms, if they get their 5th back in, are really going to have to step it up, get really good nades on these spots, great flashes, and push angles, pre-fire, and they could take this point and bring back the game. If they cap it, they're going to make it neck and neck, 3-3. Something that I would probably like to see. I want to see a cap come out. I want to see it from either team eventually. It's never, it's not a real game until you see a cap, you know. I mean, well, not really. There's a lot of games that are really good games even though no one caps, but it just adds to the excitement a little bit, you know, seeing a cap, get that blood flowing, you know, get some goosebumps, heart racing. It's always nice. And then the round right after, you're like, oh my gosh, I did that. And then your hands are shaking and then you play horribly. At least that's what always happens to me. Whenever I do something cool, I'll start shaking. My hands will shake. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot play like this. Why did I have to do that? Why did I have to cap? Or why did I have to kill everybody? Now I'm freaking out. So, happens to me a lot. I'd rather just do okay, you know? Looks like we got Prey back in the map, subbing back in for Nuclear. Wonder if Nuclear is just having some technical difficulties or something, but we are getting some information out. I think we'll be jumping into the next round very shortly. If any of you guys are interested in joining the league, there is links in the description below on how to join the Onward VR Master League. That way you can be on a team, you can make a team, you can be a co-captain, you could be even a caster like me, or just be involved in the community and meet a lot of great people. But with those beeps, as we all know it, is a sign of we will be hopping in to the next round, round number 5 of Suburbia, map 2. Little Sayonara, I think, might be pushing up to this porch right here. Very strong defensive spot to watch his objective. And then we got Ollie. It looks like we have 3 members on these porches here. And 2 at the back spawns. That's always the hardest, in my opinion, to attack, is when every player is on a porch, because you really have to run in the open to take one out. Unless you get some really good nades. Ollie is calling out the 2 members of Phantoms in lane 1, allowing his team to rotate as necessary to be ready for a pick. Oh, I think a flashbang just came out. 2 flashbangs come out on Ollie, blinding him. Are they gonna be quick enough to pick him off? Argentino might be. Does Ollie take Taquito out? No, Taquito takes out Ollie. And so does Legend go down. Now it's all up to 3 members left on Ground Branch. Melted T does take out Taquito. Argentino, though, is in their spawn. Wow, long nade throw from Melted T and from Oscar. Almost taking out Melted T, actually. Can Sayonara actually get Argentino, though, on his rotation around? He's peeking. Oh, Argentino takes out Sayonara. Does Melted T hear him? 2 members left on Ground Branch. Phantoms are just mowing down Ground Branch with these flashbangs. I think Argentino's watching this angle now. I think he might be aware that Melted T might be coming in for a flank. Oh, but Melted T does take out Argentino, and Jordan takes out Brannigan. Right back down to a 2v2, just like that. All up to Oscar, Alvarez, and Prey. Oscar rotating towards lane 4. Jordan just playing nice and low to the ground, making himself less of a target by only exposing his head. And Melted T rotating all the way around towards lane 1, making a complete total coverage of this entire north street. Prey is peeking a little bit in lane 3 here though. 2. Lane 2, I would say. Right here in the open. Melted T could spot him out, but I think those bushes just might be camouflaging Prey enough. All Melted T has to do is stand up right now, but he's flanking way too hard. If he flanks too much, he might be too far from the objective. Will he spot out Prey right here? He does, but I think he thinks it's a dead body. Oh no. Jordan being the last one on the objective as Melted T tries to go for a flank. Not the best move for Melted T unless he does take out at least one member of Phantoms before his member Jordan does get picked off, if he does. Oh, Jordan just peeked his head over and Oscar did spot it out. But Melted T does take out Prey. Flashbang comes out from Jordan. Oscar's pushing. Oh, and he takes him out. Melted T. Here's Oscar. Will he pick him off on this cross to the objective? 8 seconds left. Ground Branch wins. Oh my gosh. With only 7 seconds remaining, Ground Branch does kill Phantoms in that last round, giving them 4 points on map 2. Oh my goodness. Huh. Huh. Wow. Look at that. Scores just completely flipped. Ground Branch losing their first map, winning the second map. And now it's Quarantine. Ground Branch's map pick, actually. Whoa. I was not expecting that. Alrighty. Here we are on map number 3. Will be Quarantine. Map number 3 is Quarantine. Hey, that kind of rhymes. But I have been told from my spies in the game that I have that I believe we might be having a timeout coming out from Ground Branch for a few. So until they are back, we are going to be on a intermission, everybody. So be right back. Alrighty, here we are into round 1 of map 3. Phantoms on the defense first. This is quarantine, guys. This is a larger map. This is completely different from what we've been seeing all series. And Ground Branch has an arguably quick spawn here over in the south. Pre-fire already coming out from Taquito, I think, giving their spawns given away. Who's gonna get who first? Oh, Melted T does take out Taquito, already down to a 5v4. And Sinora takes out Argentino. Wow, 5v3 already. All up to Brannigan, Oscar, and Prey. Prey's up pretty far. Jordan might come around and pick off Oscar. Oh, but Oscar spots out Jordan first. That was their chance to get that cap if they took out Oscar, but missed the opportunity. Prey holding it down over here in this courtyard. Very strong position. Unless someone gets on that rooftop, then he's pretty exposed. Might actually spot out Sayonara if he checks this angle, but not sure. He might even spot out Melted T through the cracks of this wall. But I don't think he sees him. And he doesn't. Melted T gets into cover in time. We're going to have Ollie and Legend coming around the north for a flank here, while the other two members of Ground Branch are going to move up the center. Looks like Sinar might be looting off of one of the dead players off of Phantoms. Do hear a pulled pin from a flat grenade. Does not pick anybody off though. Prey and Melted T as well as Legend are neck and neck to each other. If Legend gets on this rooftop, he might be able to take out Prey. Melted T spotted out Prey and he takes him out with that nice headshot too. All up to 2 members of Phantoms versus 4 members of Ground Branch. Oh, Oscar takes out Sayonara again with 2 members down from Ground Branch just from Oscar. Sat Brannigan running back towards that gunfire over in the north, but no one really on the objective. Honestly, Ollie could rotate and get a cap, but it seems like Oscar, as I'm saying that, of course, is getting on that objective right now. Legend on top of rooftop right here, going for a grenade. Does not get anybody. Nice long throw though. A little bit shorter, he might have gotten Brannigan, honestly. Over here, meanwhile, on the west, Ollie coming up on this flank might spot out Oscar. I think he can't see him because of the pillars. Now he does. And Ground Branch get a nice little point on the first round for quarantine. Nicely done. Boom. Well done from Ground Branch. Phantoms, Oscar was really holding it down at that gas station. Just got picked off from Ollie on that flank. That flank really came in handy. Really got Ollie around the entire team and into the right position at the right time. But early on, Ground Branch just had some really good picks off of Phantoms. If they possibly missed, it might have made the whole huge difference on that entire play. Although we still had Ollie on that flank, with more players left on Phantoms, would have been interesting in seeing how that might have played out. We got a nice kill spread here from Ground Branch, 3 kills just from Melted T, kill from Sayonara and Ollie. On Phantoms, we have 2 kills from Oscar and 1 from Brannigan. Same objective. Ground Branch are now going to be defending. We might see a pretty good spread here on defense, possibly 1 in that 2-story, 1 near gas station, 1 on objective, and then possibly 2 at the plane. I wouldn't probably expect to see too many more push up farther than that, other than maybe 1 going towards the north rooftop to kind of make sure they don't get flanked. But going there is very dangerous, as there is a spawn in the north as well. Round 2, map 3. Ground Branch in the lead with points at the moment. 1-0. Different spawn here from Phantoms. They're actually in the north, like I was mentioning earlier. Are they going to have enough to defend? Look at this. Did I not predict it? 1 in the center, 1 near gas station. Okay, no, a little bit less. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I had 2 over here, right, though. Give me that much credit. Really good spread coming here from Phantoms. They've got Prey in a really dangerous position for Ground Branch here. Might be able to spot out Ollie. Ollie kind of exposed himself there, making it very difficult for him to peek without getting picked off from Argentino or Prey. I think Jordan might be watching in the back over here. Wow, look at that angle. That's a good angle to watch that door. I didn't even know that. He's really watching down that west. Shots rain out. Don't pick anybody off, though. They know it's a north spawn at this point, but no one's going to go for the rotation. They're all just going to hold down. Legends in his position on that staircase, ready to peek if he has to. Jordan might pick off Brannigan right here as soon as he peeks. Will Oscar get the refrag? Oh, as soon as he peeks, Jordan looks away. Now he sees him. And he gets Brannigan. Will he get Oscar too?
-1 left.
And he doesn't. Let's look at that replay real quick from Jordan. And he has a good rotation too. Not going to get a little bit too greedy with kills. But taking out Oscar would have really helped out Ollie there. He might get picked off from Prey anyways. Oh, and he just ducks down in time.
Oh, I'm getting killed from the east side somewhere.
Yes, you are, Ollie. Yes, you are. Jordan on the rotation actually still might pick off Oscar, though. Where is he going? Ollie does down Taquito, though. Not expecting that from such a very vulnerable position. Argentino might get the revive, though. Still taking shots, trying to getting some attention over there, possibly. And the revive does come out. Ollie just he's not going to survive there. Yeah, it was bound to happen, guys. It was just, it's such a really dangerous spot. He was able to take out some damage onto Taquito, though. Legend getting shot at like crazy from 3 members of Phantoms.
We'll do it.
Jordan getting dangerously close to Oscar here. Oscar does hear him as well. If Jordan's not prepared it once he goes up here, he might get taken out. Oh, but he takes out Prey. Wow. Melted T taking shots at Argentino as well with an SKS. Leaving 2 left on Phantoms. Oscar is taken out by Sayonara. All up to Taquito. Will Legend take out Taquito? I don't know. Yes, he will. Well done. From Ground Branch, just annihilating Phantoms right there. With 4 members remaining on their team. Good job. Giving themselves 2 points now on quarantine. Melted Tea doing a lot of damage over there, and Jordan with a really good good stop on that west flank. Oscar did get by him, but he was able to rotate back around and really get him moving around, get him on his toes to get picked off eventually from the person on the objective. Ground Branch just really holding down on defense with some really good rotations and some good picks. Phantoms, they were making a lot of shots. They almost knew where almost everybody was, but they were just a little bit too slow on the picks, making it a very close round in my opinion. There were still 4 left on Ground Branch, but I still think that could have gone either way. I think with the right people going down, if they got Ollie sooner and they got Jordan, I feel like that could have possibly turned the tide right there on that round. But things happen and it doesn't always go to plan, so sometimes you're gonna have to improvise on the move, which I feel like Ground Branch and Phantoms need something like that to work on. A lot of what we've seen is either a 1v1 that ends in almost a trade, or a 1v2 with some poor decisions, or a pure 4-man like remaining win. So I feel like it's been like that on both sides. I think both teams need to work on improvising when there's less of their team alive and not so much following to a strategy. Round 3 on map 3. Ground Branch in the lead with 2 points, and they could possibly end it right here with a cap. We're gonna have the east objective this time, and Taquito pushing up pretty far over here in the north at this dumpster. He might have spotted Melted Tea, I'm not sure. He does spot Jordan and he does take him out, but he doesn't get to confirm. On this map, if you don't confirm somebody, there's a good chance you will get revived. Melted Tea, on the other hand, probably is prepared, and he is, and he takes out Taquito. Jordan most likely will get revived now after Taquito goes down to a 4v4 without Jordan. With Jordan, 5v4. Prey, and actually a really good spot. I love seeing people in this spot. They're actually using the slits through the wall to spot people out, and then they rotate around and take the shot. It's a very dangerous opponent to go against, is someone right there. And I think we might see Ollie going for the revive on the Jordan. Argentino in a good spot in this motel, really preventing any crosses over here in the north. But man, if you're last alive in that hotel, it's hard to get to that objective without getting capped on. So interesting to see how the rotations might come out from Phantoms if needed.
Alex, are you in any position to possibly move up from objective? Because I am in a position where I can suppress if you need it. Just watch at motel though.
Melted and Ollie really want to get this cross, but Jordan goes out from Argentino. They're able to watch that angle and get that advantage on the peak if they keep watching it. If Argentino peaks right here, he might be able to take out Melted Tea.
Push around, yeah.
But it gave Ollie a great opening to go across. Oscar also in a position to watch for any crosses too. Melted Tea missing his shots on Argentino, sadly. But Argentino in a really good strong spot. If he spots out Ollie, he could hold it down for his team. Sayonara getting really close to this objective right here. If he's really quiet, Prey won't even know it. I think that's the plan here. Oh, but Brannigan spots him out just in time before he made that peek to take out both Prey and Oscar. Argentino also takes out Melted T, leaving it all up to Ollie and Legend. Legend's all the way up on that north roof. Not sure what he's doing. If Oscar moves back just a little bit more, he might be able to take out Ollie, but Ollie made it in this room. Oh, but he was in the wrong hotel room. Oscar might get the pick on Ollie here. Ollie completely exposing himself to the objective. Not the smartest move, leaving it all up to Legend with only a minute and 10 seconds remaining. It's got a scar with the 4 times, or the MK 8, 17, 16, MK 16. Going the same route Sayonara went. But with only 40 seconds remaining against 4 players of Phantoms, not looking too good. Brannigan peeks and cakes out Legend with praise call out. Phantoms get the round win. Victory flashes out on the dead bodies. I feel that Phantoms did a really good job at communication, especially on that last kill. Prey made out the communication. Brannigan was there to get that re-peek. And if it wasn't for Brannigan, we might have seen 2 players go out right there on the objective and enough time to possibly send the code before Brannigan or Argentino actually were able to rotate back to prevent the cap. But Brannigan just there at the right time was able to stop it and held it down for their team. Right here at the kills, we're gonna have Prey, well, Oscar with 3, Brannigan with 3, Argentino 2, and Taquito 1. Ollie with 1, Sayonara with 2, Jordan with 2, Legend with 1, and Melted T with 5. Melted T is holding it down for Ground Branch, keeping them in this fight, really putting in the work, and everyone on Phantoms is just all sharing the wealth here with their kills. Jumping into round number 4.
Jordan, the sportsmanship.
Yeah, it's like good have fun. Don't say good luck.
Jordan. Typical Jordan. I really hope that I get
That's funny.
No, but you see the logic in it.
Jordan, drop it.
Pre-fire coming out from Argentino and Prey at the objective. And they do take out Melted T, the big hitter on their team. Sayonara does make his way into that parking garage. A very sneaky spot to prevent anyone from using that to their advantage. But I feel like Phantoms are going to go for flanks on this one. They like to take their time and strike at the last minute. Long flank coming out from Sat Brannigan over here in the north. Taquito in the staircase of the hospital building, trying to get a height advantage against the other players. Everyone's got the name GB in the beginning and it's hard to tell who's who. Jordan really watching this north. If he does a decent job at least, he should be able to take out Brannigan, but Taquito and Argentino team up and take out Ollie on the objective, leaving it all up to Legend to really defend it on his own. Oscar moving up against the side of this building, something that's not very common to see, but might be a good advantage to kind of attack by surprise. Brannigan makes a cross to the north right as Jordan wasn't paying attention, and Sayonara does pick off Argentino in the south, but Prey takes out Sayonara. Down to a 2v4 here. Oscar making his way to the objective. We might see a cap here. Sayonara gets confirmed. Legend nowhere near the objective, same as Jordan. Jordan goes down, all up to Legend. The last one left, Oscar at the objective with tablet out. This might be a cap. Legend's not going to be quick enough. Does not see Oscar. Oscar sends the code and gives his team 2 points. Wow. That was crazy. Let's see that replay real quick of that beautiful cap. Ah, that was a horrible replay. That was a horrible replay. I'm sorry. Let's get out of there. Let's just go back. No. Man, Ground Branch with the 2-point advantage are now down to 1 point. All Phantoms need is to defend 1 round. Can Ground Branch make the comeback and win the 3rd map and the series? That was a huge turnaround, guys. Whoa. I was not expecting that. This is what you call intense here, okay? This is intense. I'm glad I got to see a cap. Glad I got to see it. Because who doesn't like watching caps? Round number 5. At the gas station objective, an easier one to attack, in my opinion, with a crater spawn, one of the worst spawns to get for this objective. Oh boy, not looking good for Ground Branch right here. Melted Tea going the wrong way, not even sure where he went, and Phantom's just spreading out right now, trying to get as much ground cover as they can against Ground Branch. Nobody is prepared for a west flank except for Oscar. A west flank would be the best option at the moment to attack this objective if they have their 3 members go with Jordan here. Sayonara gets picked off by Brannigan. Ground Branch already down to 4 players with 4 minutes remaining. We have a very interesting defense, more of like a 4-box square on this objective, making it an equal amount of time to get to crash the objective than the other. Melted Tea peeking this hospital right here. Will Taquito spot him out? Oh, but Melted T gets the headshot on Taquito. Oscar takes out Ollie over here in the west. Jordan makes it all the way up onto this building though. Will he spot out Oscar before Oscar spots him out? Don't think he will. Prey in the 2-story does spot out Melted T, down to a 2v4. Not looking good for Ground Branch. Legend once again away from the action with his 4 times. Not doing much at the moment. Jordan going right into Oscar's field of view here. Oscar might be able to pick off Jordan. If he checks low enough. Jordan, here's Oscar rotating. Legends going for the rotate to revive Ollie, making it back to a 3v4. Here comes Oscar. Oscar hears Jordan right below him, and Argentino takes out Jordan. Back to a 2v4 as Ollie gets revived. Phantoms might win it right here, guys. Odds are in their favor, but it's not over yet. Oscar takes out Ollie, all up to Legend with his M16 with the 4 times. Not the loadout you want right now with only 25 seconds remaining. And Oscar takes out Legend, and Phantoms win this series with the last map with 4 points to 2. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is game. Phantoms win with a total of 9 points against Ground Branch with 7 points. That was a close map. Wow. It was looking like Ground Branch's game on Quarantine those first 2 rounds, but all of a sudden Phantoms started making a comeback with a Volk win and then a 2-point cap to finish off with the final Volk win on defense. Bravo. Well done from both teams. That was pretty dang close. Like, real close. I was pretty happy off of it. And I think both teams are happy with how they played. Of course, Ground Branch is probably gonna, you know, wish they did a little bit better, but I mean, they played really good. They played phenomenal in my opinion. Same with Phantoms. They're a hard team to beat, and I think both teams played very well. But, well, this has been Ground Branch versus Phantoms, brought to you by me, F.lapinski. I would like to thank the VR Master League for providing this format for the teams, our moderators, and our sponsors, and especially to our viewers, new and old. Thank you for tuning in and spending time with us. Once again, if you are interested in becoming a part of this league, all the links are going to be below for Discord, for the website, for all that, whether you want to be on the team, be a player, a caster, or anything like that. If you're interested in sponsoring us, you can contact us on Discord. And if you are interested in donating to us to help us to continue to improve the league and the quality of the casting, the link is in the site or down below in the video. We appreciate you and your support more than you know. Tune in just 30 minutes as we're going to have Cataclysm versus West Coast Originals, hosted by Monarchid and co-casted by Snooperfax. But until then, good night, everybody, and I will see you some other time. You know, adios.